Hey guys, what's going on? So literally just woke up, had a shower, prepped myself, and now pretty much ready to crack on with my morning routine. Got a few things on board before I start charting. Did notice as well, just because I got an alert, that I got tagged out of Aussie 200. It's completely okay, these things happen. As I got tagged out, I was able to get a re-entry. It's not something I usually do. I don't usually look to take an entry first thing when I wake up, but as I got tagged out, I did have my analysis already prepped from yesterday, and I already looked at this as a variation of where I would be looking to buy. So pretty much, if I show you the charts, in terms of where it's positioned, charts are a little bit squeezed here. Let me just jump on here. If I go to, you can basically see a bit there. It's a little bit more clear. I go to the 4 hour. You can see we did come in with a 1, 2, 3 expanding into that area. So I'm not too concerned about this area because it is quite far away. It is a possibility, but we've tapped into the low with an expanding now, and that's given me enough confluence to now want to go long. So I'll take a nap and we'll see how that one shapes up. Obviously, no one's on the stream right now because everyone's sleeping, but it is what it is. In terms of morning routine, I'm going to quickly, before I've just set up my computer, so I've turned that on. I've done my window of opportunity, so basically spent about 15 minutes, borderline 10-15, doing visualization of how I perceive my day to be, how I perceive my future life, and basically where I'm going. So I've set my direction in my mind, or my trajectory of where I'm moving to, and yeah. So now let's start ticking off some of these goals. So I'm going to do some stretching now as well. So I'm not really going to bother you guys with the stretching, but what I will be doing is I've got GU and I've got AU 200. So I'm going to put them both up here. But before I do that, I want to change the colours on this. These ones are not really the ones I want to have in the morning. Maybe it's my ADHD or something that's making me want to swap up the colours. Good morning, what's going on, Mac? Is this your time of day? This is your time of day. You're probably going to be the only one on here, so this is like a VIP one-on-one session right now. What's good, what's good? I was just talking about how I just took an Aussie 200 long. I got it in a little bit lower down from where it is, because if you go to the 15, you know, we've basically got it coming into that little point now. I'm not worried about that at all. In fact, I'm concerned if we pull back down. I don't think we will pull down. I think with zooming out, we've kind of come in with, you know, 1, 2, 3. We're in this area here now with the override on the low with the high time frame push up. That's what I'm looking for. So an insurance entry into London session would be good. You might get that, or it might just impulsively move and then mess about in these areas for a bit while it creates continuation and then moves higher. So that's basically what I'm looking at. I'm just going to put on the charts here. Good morning. This is 6 a.m. here. Dude, we're lucky. We're the lucky ones, you know. When I was in London, it was the 5 a.m. club. It was a hard time coming back from work, putting in the reps at night, and then you wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Difficult. Sometimes I'd wake up like a little bit later, but that's the real deal. I'm just right now it's 7:05 for me, but I did wake up at 6:30, which is like 4:30 UK. So that's one. I also have GU on watch for a long. Yeah, good. Do you know what? GU's nice. I've got it right here. I love GU. So I've got my sell in my buy over here. Over there. That's just a background position. If it goes, it goes. If not, it is what it is. Right now, GU is a bit steep, right? So when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking this is probably where it's going, because if I measure that up from here to here, it's basically done its pullback overnight here, and it's kind of done it with a steep 1, 2, 3. So this is that small consolidation to move higher. So when I look at it on the 5 minute, it's then like, okay, if we're going, you could go from this area and stops below here, and then you're basically mitigating against the lot. But what's even nicer is Euro USD. Why? Because it's the same trade idea, but you're basically playing this now, where that's now becoming a bit more of a running sort of channel. But you've kind of come in here, came up, tested your top, you've found a base, you've pushed up, and now you're getting continuation. So then if you want to evaluate that continuation closer, what do you have? You can mark it up like this, borderline, that's completed, that's the small consolidation, and then that moves higher. So I'm anticipating, I mean, it's a difficult one to catch, because I don't think I would want to take it like that, even though that's probably the sensible way. I just think it's going to be a trickier one, but essentially, yeah, that's how we'll be looking at it. Coming in here, maybe pre-London, taps into this part, and then it moves higher, and then we're off to the races, as Mark likes to say. So yeah, so that's a nice one there. So I'm going to put that up here. I won't be targeting this to get out, but we cannot deny, you've got that as well. So you have to be careful of this, because even though that is, in that area, that could be consolidation for a middle section to move higher, but it's not usual that the middle section comes from a middle section, if you know what I mean. So I think that's the clue, that we are going to be moving much higher than this, and we're going to probably push here. And we also have news today at 1:30. So salam alaikum. I can't read Arabic, but I can do something else. 1 second. I'm sure you speak. Yep, sorry about that. I will translate that. Give me a second. Save. Give me 1 second, brother. Google. Translate. I didn't think I would be translating Arabic first thing in the morning, but here I am. To be fair, I've actually wanted to learn Arabic. I really did. It was a language that I thought, because my wife's half Lebanese, so there's some roots there. Okay, so it says Yaya al-Yamani D1R. I don't know if that's the correct translation. Speaks Arabic. Is that the name? Is that your name? Speaks Arabic. That's cool. I mean, anyway, but it's nice, man. Let's see. What have we got? Oh, this is my. This is actually not my computer. I don't know why it shows me that. This is it. Maybe something sus happens. Do you guys prefer this one? This one? I think I like this one. If we make one, put it on here. I've got an interstellar one. Liquid. Abstracts. Rainbow. I think I like liquid. It's a bit too much in the morning. I want to see, maybe I'll go to put something else. So usually I like the flat house, single color. I'm going to go with the one that I usually go with, which is this one. But I might change up the graphics card. 1 second. Oh man, it's confusing because I forgot how I did it, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to leave it like this for now. and I'll do it later. So that's it. EU, looking at something like this. I don't like when I have to draw too much on the charts, but essentially coming into that area now, you guys might be lucky if you get a nice candlestick formation right there. Maybe it washes out a little bit, pushes up. That's basically it. That's what I'm looking for. But would I be taking another position today? That's going to be the real question, because where am I now? Well, I've got these two live positions, baby. You guys, when you wake up, when all these people wake up, Mac, they don't even know, bro. They don't even know. They'll wake up and they'll be like, oh man, I took the same trade, I took a loss. I'll be there like, brother, I am running. Okay. So it's not, it's actually more, how much loss just stop? I believe my stop loss is around here. It's a tricky one, to be fair. I'll be honest with you why it's tricky, because a lot of it depends now if this develops into a continuation. It doesn't look like your typical start. It doesn't look like it scoops up, taps here, comes back down, scoops up again like a W shape. Like, we don't see those very, very often. You know, it's not your Walt Disney pattern. You know what I mean? It's like coming here. I would like to see it. If this was there, it would be corrective anyway. And then it would come up here, and then 10 a.m. you'd see a sell. And you'd maybe survive that, provided it doesn't do something like that. But again, like I said, we're positioned. The positioning is the most important thing for me. And I really like the fact that we're positioned here on the back end of this. Okay, I'm going to start stretching in a second, but essentially we have that, we have this. Prices come back down here. It's met with this, borderline retesting that. I don't see why it needs to really come down here, because it's holding. So it's going to give enough confluence to the market that we're going long. And that's what I'm looking for. Obviously, retail market only takes up to 5% of traders. So, you know, what are we actually doing here? You know, are we just speculating? No, we're trying to get positioned so that we can be like a small fish right in the big wave, and we're just here, small fish. That's basically retail traders. And then this is it. This is hedge funds, probably a bit more than that. Institutional, banks, private equity firms, and then this is retail. That little circle. Crazy, right? That's a mad thing. Like, that's the whole retail market, that little circle, and that's the rest of it. And that's literally what I've been taught. Anyway, listen, let me do some stretching. I'm gonna leave the charts up here for a couple minutes. Then I'm gonna do some stretching and come straight back. Let me get a nice angle, put a nice angle in here. Alright, sweet. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm just going to do some stretching. Alright guys, still hovering there. So just a bit of breathing exercises in the morning, a bit of stretching, start the day, nothing better than that. So I'm just going to mute it down. So now I need to crack on with a little bit of journaling, so you guys get to be in the life right now. It's a little bit of a colder day for me here. It's not usually so cold, but today is a much colder day. Today is the 13th. Of the 11th, 25. I hope I didn't ignore your question, but yeah, I'm just holding GU now, and I'm looking at it going up. I think right now we have that small tight, steep 15-minute flag there, refined on the 5. Then we could see it. I think we could see a purchase in price, but you know what? We have news at 1:30 today, and we have morning GBP news. Oh my days, 7 a.m. The GBP news is a bit frustrating because we could push down again one more time before we go long, and then we have to catch something a little bit sharp. That's what I'm worried about, but anyway, we'll come back to that. A lot of time. It might move away significantly before news, and we're still well protected, but it's a tricky one. Predictions. I don't know about you guys, but it's feeling pretty cold. And I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna have one. I'll do my best thinking with a hat on. Shit, if you guys were here back in 2020, what was it, 2025? 2023, this was the hat in 2023. Oh man, I don't know if you guys remember them videos. But for now, focus. Focus is sharp. Good morning, Ak. Good morning. Man, what time is it in Thailand? Good question. You guys are up. I think you guys have the same time zone as the UK. No, it's different. It's different. It's like 4 hours difference or something. Yeah, I'd like to know what time it is. Right now for me it's 7 a.m. 7:30. 1 p.m. Just had lunch. Did you have lunch? Thai food, man. I can imagine something nice. Great cheese. I'm waiting, Ak. I want to know what you had. You have to translate it into simple terms. You know what? I love Thai. Actually, I cook Thai myself. I always try and make like a beef. Okay, I say Thai. It's probably not Thai. It's probably just one of them random dishes you make, but then you call it Thai. I'm one of those guys because I can't get the Thai paste, and I know a lot of the Thai dishes require you to use the paste to make the Thai. But I haven't. You know what? I feel like this hat's gonna be a bit warm. Let's put this one. My man's many hats. Let's go blue. We'll just wrap this up. So gratitude list. Let's start with 3 things I'm grateful for. I am grateful for policy 200. Boat noodles. Have you heard of it? Is it like udon noodles? It sounds like udon. Maybe it has a different name. Those boat noodles. Where does it take you? Similar to udon, but a lot more. That's what I'm talking about, you see. That's my type of food, spice. I couldn't live without a good level of spice. That's what you're seeking. I'm gonna look at it in a second. Yeah, good level of spice. This is what I was talking about with Euro USD, man. This morning, we might get it before line intention open, but we might get a trade right here. I mean, this is, okay, there's too many lines on the chart. I'm going to clear them off. This is what I was showing someone before. Basically got this. Let me clear this off now. We don't need it. That's all we're working with. You've got this, and then we're working into that as a possible scenario. We kind of reverse here, but I don't think we're going to reverse. Yeah. Comes in here and goes. So I'm hoping if that goes, my GU trade will go with it. Let me move that onto my daily live session watch. Apologies. Alright, let me wrap this up. Just got a few more things I need to write out. I've actually got one more journal after this, so I do apologise I'm taking a while, but this is the most important part of my day. Still got a bit of days ahead of us. Aussie 200. Oh, market's closed on Aussie 200, is that right? When does it open up again? Why? Oh, why? Why did the market close? Let's have a look at properties. It's not my time, some other time. 7:30. Opens up in an hour, I believe, at 8:15. I'm watching gold. There's a Thai AFT flag developing around the high. Good time of day. Good time of day. Oh, I see what you're looking at. You know what? Great. I think it's great. I think it's tricky because it can come back down, but low risk, why not? You know, lower the risk, take the trade, experience it. I'm not sure about the 5 minute though, but you know, you're in the right place, because when I'm looking at that, I'm gonna finish journaling, but when I'm looking at that, we've still got time. It's only 7:36, so I've got quite a lot of time. I'm way ahead of time today. You've got this completed. It looks like something small could be forming here. Like, I think that's what you're looking at. And then boom. So I think that's the case. But then also at the same time, it doesn't need to. It's done this. The odds are, you know, you could just move as well. So I think if you're going stop loss protection, if you size that up, even here, I don't know if you want to go that large. I mean, over here in this region here, you could have borderline got away with I would say 20 pips. For me, I would be 20 pips. So over here, 20 pips puts you around about here, which is still pretty good. And you size that up to all-time highs, because that's seems like the direction. You still got about 8-1, and then you don't have to sweat it. But you know, it's one of those ones where you're basically saying, okay, that's completed, that's done that. This could develop though as well. Remember, we do have a bit of news today, so the outcome of what happens today could be predetermined with price. For example, price might already start rapidly moving into news, and then news gives it a bit of a pullback, and then it just buys it back up. It's possible. Or news gives it a boost, where maybe we consolidate, do this, we come back, the news, boom, it goes. I don't think that's going to be the case, but I would personally, if it was me, I would have wanted to see something like that. Then it goes. I just formed. That kind of looks like it's one piece of its own. So I don't see that being the start of something. I see that being completed, and now we're good to go. So yeah, I do think that is a valuable area, because you are situated through the completion of this. So probably not reduce risk. I would get inside it, man. Personally, I don't really mind, because I'm playing that as the trade idea. So rather than playing the structure, playing the candlestick formation, I'm playing the trade idea itself, where it gets a little bit more advanced. And then the trade idea is here. This is the completion of that, or the reduced risk entry on this. If you wanted to, you still can walk away with about 5-1 to the high with a reduced risk entry, which I think is still good. 5-1 is decent, man, especially if you're trading 0.25% risk. You know, you're running just shy of 1.1% on taking a trade like that with 0.25% risk. I do like trades like that. I'm a low risk trader, but I'm a high end winner. See how you want to take it. I want to see EU, GU. Yep. Maybe, what about Aussie 200? Did Aussie 200 move? No. My Aussie 200 is asleep. This could develop against me, but luckily I've moved my stops a little bit. Half, so I took half of my risk, half of my 0.25, so it's 0.125 risk. I'm just finishing my journaling. What else do I have on? So I've got my journaling, affirmations, done that. Stretching, breathing, did that. Journaling, and I'll do my morning forecast. So that's absolutely fun.
Have a great day, Ak. Have a great day. Good morning, Yasin. How you doing? Okay, yes, we have done that. Now to crack on with the morning forecast. Let's see. So what's going on? Yes, I persist. Def, good morning. How are you doing? Okay, so it seems like the trade idea on EU hasn't given us that confirmation just yet. It's kind of pushed through. GBP US dollar is holding quite well, still in this position. Just to mention, because there's quite more people in here, I did take a loss in here yesterday. In fact, I actually took 2 losses, which is fine. So I took the trade here originally in this region here, roughly there, and I had stops below roughly here. I halved my stops on this one to roughly around about here, which is fine. And then I also took a scaling opportunity, which was borderline, I believe it was on the 5, it was here. Oops, it's upside down. I took it in there with stops, I had my stops, it was roughly around about here, but I halved it as well. So in the end, it wasn't a huge loss, but it was still around. I think I did actually open my stops up as I went to sleep. So borderline, it could have been here. But yeah, that was the outcome, man. It's unfortunate, it just happened. I was looking at it like this, where I thought perhaps maybe we'll continue in this way, and then price came back down over here, and and I was like, you know what, this could still be an evolved version of what it is. I thought maybe something like that. And then, yeah, it just plummeted. These things do happen, man. It was looking like a phenomenal trade at the time. Don't get me wrong, like look at the makeup of it. You know, we had the strong push away, we had the continuation, we had these little gaps up here. Everything was looking really good. But then we always knew that this was a possibility with that low. What's nice about this is basically now become this. And if I'm right, we've expanded into this low, working as a reversal. If I invert the chart, we've come in with a 1, 2, 3, we've tapped into it, and now we're pulling back down. So today might be the day where we see price respond from this area, but we do have this little point above, right? The only reason why I'm not too concerned about that is because how we approach this. So there's two ways. We either wait for a H4, which it seems like it's developing, which could be a little bit too large now because of how big the candle is coming up. So we wait on the 1 hour now, and then if we get a follow through down and it pushes a little bit further and we get some sort of continuation here, I think that will be the clue that we're moving to the downside. I don't think we'll get that. I think we might just move the same way we came up, and this could potentially just go, or it doesn't, and what happens is it creates continuation here, like this, in this area here, and then we just move higher, lower, because it's inverted. It moves like this, and it continues, and then it makes its way to that point there, which when you measure it out as well, from top to bottom, it's borderline in that area. On the break of it, we'll put you around about here, yeah. So the short is still on the table until we start recovering, but yeah. I am with GU and my Aussie US 200 position. I'm still up 4% for the week. I was running 8% for the week if I closed yesterday, but I didn't close. So yeah. We're gonna have to wait and see. I'm still interested in this, seeing this as the buy. Look, we've kind of retraced 50%. If I go to the 4 hour, just zoom out a little bit. You can kind of see it a bit closer. Like we pushed up from here, and then we retraced overnight, came down, tested 50%. We're now hovering in this area. London session open. We just need to wait and see. Do we start pushing higher? Right now it's a little bit steep, and there's no clear structure to this pullback. So it's just corrective, not an easy one. This is my alarm. So this is the alarm that goes off if I wake up late. Alright, what was I gonna do? I have something else I need to do, so morning forecast. Let's go through my pairs. Alright, so Aussie CAD, what a nice trade, man. Honestly, I did see it, chose to not take it, but again, regretfully, I really thought it was a great trade. There was a re-entry as well. I mean, not a re-entry, there was like a borderline entry there, but I think it just went impulsively, so wouldn't have been able to catch it. But yeah, over here, probably would have got tagged out if I tried to catch it. Nothing. I'm not going to be taking Aussie CAD right now. I think it's in its corrective phase again, so I'm going to let that develop. But if there was a trade there, actually I could be wrong. There could be a trade here. Let's mark this up here and here. Put on hourly, borderline. Yeah. I would like to see. It won't be a London session trade. Maybe it will.
maybe. Maybe it won't develop into a 3-touch and it will give us this. I wouldn't mind the 2-touch on it. I just don't like where it's coming from. It's a riskier play. I won't put that on watch. I'm trying to avoid the riskier ones right now. I'm trying to just stay with something a bit more on the low risker. It's a good trade. Stop loss protection is pretty large as well. It's just I'm going to let that develop. See what happens. I'm not going to be taking any trade on Aussie CAD, but the structure there doesn't lie. Look how nice that is. Larger flag into larger flag, unfortunately, but can't pick and choose. You might catch a... Oh, it's already gone. Unfortunate, that one, isn't it? Shaped up this morning at 420. Nice little flag there. Little entry point here as well, which is nice. Could have just squeezed that in 10 pips. You'd be running around about 1 point something into this high 2.6, but you want to be playing it up until here. If it comes back down into this area, even to that retest, you're good. But yeah, that's pretty much made. Aussie US dollar. Could Aussie US dollar be the clue that? That could be a gameplay right there. Look, you've got a hook point here. Price is coming up, squeezing into this area. Not in your typical way, because look, it's kind of a bit more like this. Reason why I think this sell, because look, we've got news. Right there. It's annoying. It can go higher for sure, but where is it in structure? Is it borderline? It doesn't really matter, to be honest, because news can just mess everything up. I mean, yeah, it's 50% off the overall structure here. Oh man, it's interesting. It leaves the footprint at 50%. Gives you that clue that when this comes back, lesson there for someone who hasn't studied that. You can draw the range and then see where 50% lines up, and if there's a pullback, likelihood is it gravitates towards it. But 15-minute, yeah, we'll wait and see. I'm not going to touch as US dollar today. It's going to have to be after New York session open. This could last to the future. That was a lot of consolidation, to be honest. It feels a bit messy, but to be fair, that's good. That's ready to go. So you can see how it's basically just all of this and all of that. And then it's just gonna continue make its way. So it's a bit tight, but it's there. No trade for me. I was looking for a potential sell-off, waiting for that. Looking at how price is, this could just push higher on the weekly. Yeah, don't want to mess with that. Euro USD, I think Euro USD we are looking at longs. Oh, is it coming back to test this low. That could be a better play to play anyway. I mean, look, it's this correction, squeeze up correction, squeeze up correction. It's not the best right now. It's becoming very corrective here. I think US 100 is going to open. Sorry, Aussie 200, that's the one. News ain't getting. Yeah, no, you could be right, man. They might not even release the news, so people might just sell the market because they're just worried. I think that's crazy though, and America's running on vibes. When I read that, I was laughing. Yeah, so over here, man, if you get a nice sort of candle there, would be interesting, but it's a bit frustrating, but we'll see. 50% region, we're still hovering around here, so that's good. We need to see some sort of pullback. I'm gonna check that out after I've got these two on watch. USD CAD for the long, USD CAD for the short. We did squeeze into this low here, but we left a little bit gap to that. I wouldn't really price that in as much. I think this would be the low here. We've squeezed. 1, 2, 3, we're coming back up. Non-progressive, just push. It's messy. I'm not gonna touch that. It's US dollar dependent, man, and I think it could just continue moving lower whilst GU and EU recover. Oh, what is going on here? Do we have a recovery play? Why not? Let's wait and see how that develops. If it breaks above this and gives continuation, great, but not today, tomorrow. That'll be something to look at tomorrow. The market is still closed. I think it opens in... I can't really tell you. Let's wait and see. I think the market opens. It says 6 AM, but it's not even 6 AM. Well, it's 6 AM now in the UK, but let's wait and see. Aussie, please look at NJ. Well, coincidentally, I'm looking at NJ right now. Cheese, who messaged me? That was Chi Buzo Trades. Alright, we got NJ. Yeah, NJ for the long, possibly. The problem about this is, look, we came down, we came back up sharp, but where did we come back up to? We came back up to retest this area here, and now we're kind of pushing back down. So it's a two-way thing right now where we can either just sell from here, which I'm not for the sell because the sentiment is a buy, and we get continuation and we move lower, right? And we continue to the downside. That's not something that I'm against. I'm all for that, but if we look at it a bit more for what it is right now, it's making its way higher. It's through this, which is interesting. It's a bit of a squeeze, but it's doing this, and it could just go like that. And it's just in its run. So NJ is not my most preferred yen pair, but it's reliable if the structure's there. If you saw something like that, I wouldn't not take it, but I wouldn't take it on full risk as well, because it could develop. But it's done a lot, man. Look how much liquidity it's built up inside it. really and truly. This whole structure's basically showing you. I think taking it, you'd want to take it on the 1 hour at least. And how you would want to see it is you'd mark this on as, I'm just quickly getting a little bit closer. Yeah, let's just say borderline, you mark that on there. Doesn't really matter, to be honest, to be perfect. In fact, I'm going to remove that ray line for confusion. I would say I'm not even going to try guess which one it is. I'm just going to put it in here and say that's your low, right? We then are weary that we have a trend line coming into it, like this, where, again, I would evolve that a little bit more. I wouldn't even use the trend line, but I'm just putting it on there for visuals. And you basically look at this section here, and what you'd want to see is, did price break it and come back in? And then if it came back in, if it gives you some sort of flag like that, this is on the 5 minute, you could take advantage of something like that. If you're on the 15 minute and you get the retrace there, it's riskier, but it's there. And then I'll put stop loss protection below that low. So if I was getting on the 15, I would take the trade here and I would make sure, 10 pips is all the way down here, so you're good. 10 pips down here, and I'll get involved there. And I'm happy with that. If you're getting involved on the 1 hour, the odds are your candle might close up here. So you could probably crop it as well and get in with maybe the same 10 pips if you really wanted to. Actually, 10 pips still puts you quite well in there. It just really depends. I mean, look, we still have about an hour until London session open. So yeah, I don't mind a 15 minute. I'd go for the 15 and take the risk on that because structurally things are there. But then if I go to the 4 hour, it's a momentum. We could be correcting into New York session as well. That's something you have to realize. We might not even go. We might just keep correcting, going sideways. So that's that. But I do like NJ. NJ is probably, it's there with CJ. It's weird because CJ is really ugly, but positioned and looks well. GA. GA is shit, man. Look at GA. Look what it did. And it just failed. Maybe I should have taken the re-entry here when I saw it, but I just thought it was irregular. Yeah, I would have been running around about 6, additional 6%, whatever. And then EA could have a bit more for a better structure. Actually, I don't mind EA. EA is nice. Any of you guys looking at EA? Look, what if we get this into London session, a retrace there, and it sells. Catch this. That's not bad at all. I'm going to put EA on watch today. Let's move that on to watch. Alright, so sort out this watch list. So I've got EA, EU, GU I'm just managing for, because I'm in a trade, and then AU I've also got for management. So realistically, I'm looking at, you know what, I tried this one up here, I'm gonna have to journal that in a second. I'm gonna have to wait and see how this forms. If it pushes up, or it even does this. Into the London session, I wouldn't mind. Maybe over here, I wouldn't mind something like that. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. GU, I think GU,
I'm just going to hold it. I'm not going to look for a scaling right now. I want to see this just kind of commit and follow through to the upside. With news this afternoon, knowing if it comes out, it doesn't come out, I don't want to get stuck into some trade and get slippage, so I'm going to let that one be. And then I've got Euro USD. I'll put in borderline insertion, why not? I think I'm going to remove this daily watch, remove section, and keep those, yeah. And just check the ones again. So decided I'm not taking EJ, I'm not putting CJ, I'm not going to take AJ, Aussie US dollar, yeah, I'm leaving that one out. USD CAD, I'm leaving that out. Let me just check USD CAD one time. Yeah, I'm going to leave USD CAD. Aussie, US, Australian CAD, leaving that one out, so okay, that's done. You know what, NJ could be one that I will put on watch. Oh man, I need to filter this again. And then USD Swiss for the buy, I'm going to touch that. And then GA. Okay, fine. So I've got 1, 2, 3. This one's more management, so it's not really there, but I'll put it in there anyway. Let's see, Euro USD. I've got GU, I don't want to take EU as well. So I think I'm going to just filter EU out for simplicity on my watch list. I'm going to take that one out. It is what it is. If I get taken out of my GU trade, then maybe I might bring EU back on, but for now, EA, a definite keep on the watch list, and then NJ, keeping that. So I'm going to filter those on. Is there anything that you guys think I missed, or something that you think I should move on to watch? I'll be interested to know. I'm just going to update them onto my watch list. Let's see. Yeah, I'd like to know what you guys. Well, let me put these losses on my. Yeah, look, sequence-wise, win-win, loss, win-win, loss, break-even, loss. 4-loss streak right now with 2 break-evens in there as well. So, and I'm still in profit for the week. 2%, but I'm running 4% because I've got 2 trades open right now. Let's check this out. Yes. And live. Sometimes these things happen, man. You can do everything in your power, but you can't control the outcome. So, great advice I got from a friend. You can control yourself, but you can't control your environment. Well, that basically, what's going on? Is it 15 posts? Is it 15? Seems like, seems like Aussie 200's opened. So we're gonna wait and see now what happens. Let's wait and see.
So I've basically just journaled trades that I was looking at, and now I've put that in the journal. I'm going to do my daily forecast. Still checking, my brain's still rebooted after only just waking up here. Yeah, man, do you know what? That's one of the reasons why I woke up a little bit earlier today as well. I wanted to be extra sharp today because I just had this feeling, you know. I had this feeling that markets are going to be good. Intuition, call it. Let's see what's going on. Yep, Aussie 200. I think it woke up. Oh, nice. On mine, it still says the market's closed. Okay, that's fine. On my MetaTrader, it's closed, but on the TradingView, it's open. Anyway, let me start journaling these. Put the journaling on there. I'm trying to just get the angle in there. Let me just put this in my journal. Where is it? So every day what I like to do is if I'm listening to something, I do like to put it into my forecast. Just the song choice or alpha waves or whatever it is. Just want to track every little thing that I'm doing in the moment. You know? And then I've tracked my routines, every little thing. Today it's slightly different because today I've jumped on a call, webinar, whatever you want to call it, it's live. So that's one little incremental change. It's a bit slow. I'll add it in a second. Let's add these pairs. So first things first, GBP, US dollar, management. I think I'm going to manage it on the 4 hour. I'm not going to be too aggressive with it. So I'm just going to drop it in. GBP, USD, management. Yep, nothing more to it. So that was the management position. I've also got Aussie 200 for a re-entry, which I caught early morning. So I'm going to put that in there as a management one. AU 200 AUD, management /entry. See, this is one of those anomaly ones where you wake up and the trade is there and you haven't forecasted. And it's not something you do every single day, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things where you should be skilled enough that you know when you can kind of discretionary
ultimately take a decision based on your intuition and understanding of your plan and whatnot. I think sometimes when you're trying to catch the long-term move, when you're trying to catch the longer-term moves, it's difficult because you can get tagged out in the process one time or two times before you get involved in it, and then you have to hold it, and then you have to sit there with being in a little bit of a drawdown. So this is a banger trade, man. Euro Aussie, come on. Wow. I hope you guys have Euro Aussie on watch because I really like it. And I would love to see how you guys, if you guys catch it as well. But yeah, Euro Aussie, man. What a stunning pair. I would say personally, that is more for me. Yeah, I would still class that quite low risk. I don't see it being high risk. For me, that's low risk. I would be a little bit more aggressive than normal though. So for some people who don't know, I have a few different management styles. I have a loose management style where I just kind of leave it, let it do its thing, and then don't intervene as much. Then I have another management style where I'm semi-aggressive, where I will be quite lenient, but then when it starts running into 1%, I will move to break even. Then when it runs to 3%, I'll move to 1% and so forth. 5%, 3%, and so forth. And then I've got more of an aggressive one where I'm just trailing aggressively, which is something that comes in certain market conditions. And then I've just got a mechanical one where I'll measure it out wherever 90% is, I'll just set it there and leave it. But yeah. NJ as well, wildcard there, man. It looks good. A bit wiki. But if I get an insurance entry, I'm for this. Wicked. So that is the forecast done. Now let's add that song in there. So copy the link. There we go. Sweet. So that is my sorry about that. That is my morning forecast done. And then what I like to do is I like to share it because I have a secret group in here, and I put it up here, and then I put it down here. But yeah, you can see consistency. Real consistent people right here is Andre and Danielle Bromfield. Very consistent, honestly. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, it's good to have accountability in some areas of your life, but also seeing that consistency every day, it fires me up, you know, honestly. And you should do the same for most other people. Was it daily forecasts? Is it 13th now? So 13, save that. And I'll just set this up for 13. It didn't save it. Just save that more time. Then go here. Go back. Oh, there it is. Cool. And then yeah, that's it. So this is it. It's really here. This is how I rate my everyday. So this is what it's been so far since I started doing it in October the 27th. Each day's rating was roughly around, but you can see yesterday I took the most trades I've ever taken, ever. 6 trades. But again, ended the day in a positive, so it wasn't the worst day. But yeah, that's how I'm rating my days. I'm trying to get to an overall rating for 10. I'm working on that. It's not my flow state rating, it's just overall how much I rated the session and everything I did, and lessons included. All right, let me read some of these questions. So, check EN. Let me have a look at EN. You're in New Zealand. I mean, I'm not interested in EN, I'll tell you why. Obviously, I'll just clear that off. For obvious reasons now. You can see we have area up there. Price is still kind of squeezing its way up into these areas. It feels like this was gapping to this point here. So like we've got this gap to this one and so forth. So I think EN's gonna come up to these areas and then maybe push back down, but it doesn't need to. You can even see on the 4 hour, maybe it's coming back up. It comes back down, takes its time, it's in this larger correction period. And then it goes. And it's just a part of that. When you zoom out, and it's just in a corrective phase. Interested in that, right? Where you can get so sucked in here right now, but in fact it's really just moving higher, and it's just consolidating, and you're just trying to pivot and get something within that all the time. If you do want to get a trade in there, I would go for the long. And if you are going for the long, I'd wait for something developed. You know, it's not always the cleanest, but it might not even have much of a run ahead of it. So it's kind of one of those in and out trades where you'd have to get aggressive, and it's EN. I would have to see something like this. You get something like that. I don't think that's probably the probable scenario. I think it's just going to impulse and get there. But, you know, that's what I would wait for. If that came up, I would take it. Why do I say it's going to impulse and get there? Because just looking at it on the 1 hour, and it's just strong candles right now. It's not really showing signs of much. It's just kind of pushing towards its direction. So it can get there in one candle. One candle can just suddenly be up here, and then suddenly it's back coming back down, right? Again, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a, what's the word? I'm not a psychic, so I couldn't tell you if that's going to happen. But if that happens, yeah, for sure, you'd look to short it there on that insurance entry. But right now we're here, so it's kind of like, take your pick. Do you want to trade that or something else? And right now I think something else is nice. Has the market opened? I think the market opened. All right, let me check my cam on. Yes, it's moved. All right, wonderful. Okay. I can move to break even. Lovely. We are now break even on the trade. Look at that, lovely, juicy. And we're positioned well, high time frame. We're over here. 4, there. And we got it over here. GU as well, GU could be nice if it doesn't pull back, but GU as well positioned quite good. Really happy about these, to be honest, right now. And then it's on the low there, positioned in there. It's good. I just need to see this kind of push higher, but it is kind of doing this messy behavior. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Good morning, bro, Manoj. Oh wow, long time, Manoj, man. Haven't seen you. Manoj, no, I think you have been in these calls quite a lot, but haven't said your name in a while. So yeah, it's good stuff. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. Maybe GU won't be the one, and AU will. Maybe AU will be the one to move. S&P 500, not much. Alright, so there's red news in 30 minutes that could cause the move on GU. Do you think there could be a massive spike to the downside before it goes though? Yesterday there was such a huge spike, man. So today we might see something crazy. What's this? So prediction means, right now the prediction looks like it's worse. The growth rate is less, which means it's not good for the pound, which is good for the dollar. So it means that we could see a sell-off, right? Because yesterday, let me just quickly go check yesterday's news. I mean, I'm not a news trader, but I like to try to figure these things out, even though I have no clue. So you can't check. BOE interest rate decisions. The BOE interest rate decision was the same. It's been the same since the last 3 months. Usually I've noticed that, you know, they don't change it as much. Usually for like 2 months in a row it's the same. So the odds are now that we've had 3 months of the same BOE rate interest rates might be coming down. It looks like it's coming down because in December last year it was at 4.75, went to 4.5 in February, and then in May went to 4.25, and now it's at 4%. So it's going down in 0.25% increments. So you can kind of predict, not that I would want to be predicting it, but it's probably going to go back down. Interest rates are dropping, so that's good. It's good for the economy. Man, I hate holding through news. I held through a lot of news my whole life, and it doesn't seem like restricted news, so it should be okay in terms of spiking. Yeah, man, this is all of our egos, man. We're like, yeah, man, forget the news. Let's hold the trade and go long. And then what happens is the news comes out, and then we're like, oh man, why did we hold through the news? It's okay. It's low risk. I'm happy with it. I got positioned well. Like, I don't feel like I want to compromise my positioning based on news. But we'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. It would be dreadful if it came down, spiked, took me out, and then came back up. I'll be pretty sad because I had to pay swaps, and the swaps was £18. Imagine £18 swaps. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a time where I was paying like $300. I paid $500 swaps on JP225 last year. Worst decision I ever made, and I made like $500. So by the time I closed the position, I made nothing. Man, it was horrible. Horrible JP225.
I didn't even know it was so expensive, and it's hard to calculate because you have to go into the properties, and then you have to go to scroll down, and then it tells you like what the swap long cost is and swap short. Sometimes you can get something called rollover, where you can actually get money. So if I hold a short overnight right now on wheat, for example, wheat. If I hold a short on wheat, I'll get paid for every one lot a volume of 100, so minimum volume is 1 to 1,000. I'll get paid £8.6. My account's in pounds. I changed it from dollars to pounds. It will pay me £8.16. If I go long, I have to pay £29.17. I don't know who makes up these prices, but I think there's like a loophole here. If you get into like long-term positions and you open up huge positions, you might be able to make money off rollover. I wonder if there's people out there that do it. They scout the market looking at all the rollover prices and they're like, this one's good, and then they make money on the market paying them. That's an interesting one. Anyway, GU, let's have a little look. GU, yeah, we'll wait and see. I've got GU at break even anyway, so that's fine. I've got Aussie 200 at break even, and that's looking good for the long. I've also got Euro Aussie for the short, that's not shaped up, and then NJ is dropping off. So the forecast, I mean, I said this, there's a possibility that NJ doesn't go long and it gives us a clear sales off. Oh man, what else do I have in my routines? Let's see. I've done my morning forecast. Yeah, let me prepare my desk a bit more because I've got some stuff on here. So let's see here. Nice, charged up my headphones for the gym. These are the best headphones. They just, I mean, I don't know what brand they are, but I think they're Motorola. No, I don't know what they are, but they're really good in terms of just staying on your head. How do you catch GU? Did you prioritize stock protection? Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Congrats. That's a very, very good question. That's very well articulated, and I can tell you're very experienced for asking that question because I'll show you. But that's a very good way to ask a question, to be honest. So I did prioritize stock protection over the entry criteria. I understood that this was the area of interest because we had the 1, 2, 3 into it. But then I also understood there was a little bit of liquidity right there, which wasn't enough for me to be like, it's going to push higher, but it could, right? And it did borderline push to it, but it didn't tap into it. It didn't need to, right? Because that was enough. But I just understood that that was the damage zone. 15-minute, we retraced. As the retrace came in, I took the entry and I just put stops above. I didn't have to go 20 pips. I could have really gone 10 pips if I really wanted to, I'll be honest with you. I genuinely could have. But I say this in almost every video. If you know me, I like to take extra protection, right? Because the extra protection keeps you well protected in the case that I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, the nice thing is I have this data now, so there might be a day and time where I say the complete opposite thing. There's nothing wrong with going a bit extra protection. In fact, arguably on the 1 hour there was an entry too. So I don't know why people wouldn't have taken the 1 hour candle there. This is inverted on GU, if you're wondering. Some people might have just missed it, man. It's just right there in front of everyone. Crazy. Sometimes it's funny, price has to go crazy and do loads of stuff before people see it. Anyway, price could come back down to this point. So the nice thing about it is I'm protected below that 1 hour candle. So you know how sometimes price likes to do this nonsense where it comes, messes about, spikes, and does that. I might survive that being down here. But actually, in fact, my entry was a little bit higher up because the spread was moving a bit quick. It's about there. But yeah,
it might do something like this, comes down, just test the candle and goes, and then people at break even or small profit locked in gets tagged out and I survive. So that's why I liked the idea of the 15, because that's happened a lot of times. So over time I've been able to refine it and analyze it and get a bit better. But the 1 hour was there. The 1 hour, truly the 1 hour was right there for everyone to take. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Truthfully, man, when I see that, I caught it on the third 15-minute candle, so I might get taken out. Yeah, I mean, you might get taken out, but it's better to take a break even than a loss, because the odds are, if it tags you out and it continues going, we both take a break even. If it tags you out and then pushes higher, it was just an unfortunate situation for you, but there's news, and the news is probably going to be the catalyst, and the news is in 20 minutes. I wouldn't sweat it, man. Just, it is what it is. You know, it's the cost of being a good trader. That's the way I see it. The worst case scenario, if we both get tagged out, let's just pray that my Aussie 200 trade wins. And then if Aussie 200 makes money, we're good. I'm up. Wow, man, I got a long way to go. 0.25% is a struggle, man. Not a struggle in the sense that it's difficult, it's just, it does take a while, so playing a slow game here. I'm playing a slow game, but I'm going to be getting to where I need to get to. Yeah. It's exciting though. I'm really excited about the weeks to come, but I'm really, what's the word? I'm really pumped that, you know, the technical ability, the psychological ability, everything like that is here. It's just now it's kind of at that point in my journey where it's like, let's just hurry up and get there, but you know, everything comes in good time. Just got to wait patiently. Some of these trades will stack. They will stack, man. Look, this last week I'm up 23 point something percent on 0.25% risk. All right, that's 23.5. I haven't even done the maths. Yeah, that's 5.87% in 2 weeks. I think that's great. You know, in terms of risk exposure, it wasn't much. In terms of growth, it's there. Maybe slow, but it's fast. Yeah, exactly. How many people have made 5.87% this month? Not a lot. Not a lot. On average, my winners was, 5.87%. And then there wasn't many trades as well. There was quite a few trades. I'll go back and look at it. I took 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, no. We're looking at last week, not this week. Last week I took 2, 4, 6. Oh gosh, no, that wasn't even last week. That was October. I'm looking at here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 trades last week. 12 trades last week, which, borderline could be seen as a lot, but it was great. I still made like 19% optimal. I was at 24. And then this week I've made 4%. Lost 2 yesterday night, this morning, whatever. But I'm running over 2% right now, so we'll see. But this week I've taken 10 trades already, so that's still quite a lot of trades, but I'm not really bothered about the amount of trades, truthfully. I've recently dropped, I'm seeing multiple entries here, like, there's technique.
weekly daily sell limit right now as well. Yeah, I agree, man. I think what's it called? I genuinely believe that GU is going to give us loads of entries, but people will miss them until they realise that there was a lot of entries. So you're risking 1%. You can risk 1%, man, but I'm not a 1% guy anymore. I think there's a time and place, but not on a prop firm account. I think that's the illusion or scam that comes with prop firms, is you're made to believe that you can become this very successful, profitable trader, but then they put these rules and slippage and all these things in place that go against what they're selling. So yeah, I don't know if I fully like the whole concept of prop firms, because, and you're not there to like it, I'm not supposed to like it, but it just feels a bit more like a scam, because they sell you on this whole trade idea that, you know, you've got to make 10%, you can, you know, maximum risk per trade is this much, and then they don't tell you not to do it directly, but I think it's human nature, people just do it. So yeah, imagine 3% drawdown. Do you know what, I've done 3% drawdown, I passed an assessment. It was OFP, I think it was called OFP. They had consistency score as well. I actually self-sabotaged. I was just before the payout and I self-sabotaged. I don't even know if they would give me the payout, man. Like, they've got so many rules, it's so easy to violate them, but they seem like a legitimately okay company. It's just the consistency rule that they had which limited me, because there was a day where I could have made 15 grand, but instead I had to hold my trade for like 3-4 days, where I could, by the second day, I was taking out like 900 a day, and the trade was running like 7 grand. I think I told this story before, and it was like, at one point it was running like 9 to 15 grand or something like that, and I was taking like 900, and then the third day came round, and it started dropping, and it went all the way from 15 grand all the way back down to like 2 grand, and then I took out 900, and then it was like, dude, you know, I'm running 15 grand profit, but I can't take the 15 grand because it will completely mess up this consistency score. Maybe that's my own fault, maybe there was a way around it, but that was it. And then that really just ticked me off, because I was like, well, what can I do, man? Can't do nothing. Now at 0.5%, then we'll scale to 0.67. That's about 4 to 3 trades a week instead of 2. Yeah, I mean, formula, the strategy there is, that's the most important part, that you have this sort of formula and strategy in place, so that the formula and strategy in place so that you don't have to, put yourself in a position where you get emotional. Like, one of the main reasons why I trade with 0.25 is because I know that I'm a human and I'm prone to emotions, I'm prone to some previous habits that I had that I don't truly believe that I still am facing right now, but it can come back. And if it does come back, I can mitigate against it well. So I want to just build up like a good decent amount of capital on low risk to just kind of just do it. Like, I'm sitting here trading every day, right? So it makes no difference if I'm trading with 0.25% risk or if I'm trading with 1% risk for the next 5 years, right? If I'm trading with 0.25% risk, I'm probably going to survive and get there a lot quicker, really and truly, which sounds a bit crazy, but I'm not trying to rush the process. And then when I'm not trying to rush it, I'm not so keen to get into every single position, because it can work two ways. Maybe you are because you're in a rush and you just want to get there quickly, but then at the same time, I'm the sort of person that kind of sees that, you know, there's opportunity everywhere. So I don't need to
I don't need to get into the position today. Like I can chill for the day and do something else, and then if there's a position tomorrow or the day after, I can get in it. It's just I wanted to do it in a very sustainable way. So I wanted to make sure that the trades that I'm taking are sustainable. I'm following a process and a routine. I'm not, you know, the sort of person that's just going to be able to just jump on trades all the time unnecessarily. Like I had to kind of do a lot of rewiring and change a lot of the way I was thinking, because before, man, I was taking a lot of trades, not too many, but I was still taking a lot of trades, and there was a lot of invalids in there. And that's what was really killing my portfolio, is the invalid trades. And I think that's what a lot of people need to come and address is, why are you taking these invalid trades? And in your sequence, how many invalid trades are there? So in my sequence, I had like, man, I'm telling you, I had a lot of invalid trades. So with those invalid trades, I had to do a lot of work, per se. I couldn't just wake up and start trading and be like, yep, follow my trading plan, done. I struggled so much. But then after a while, I took time off trading. I worked on myself, put in a lot of time and effort to just see the market in one way, test it out long enough, collected a lot of data, built a solid trading plan, built a routine and process that mitigates against allowing me to overtrade and stops me from taking trades outside my plan, because it restricts me a lot. So all those restrictions, and then I kind of treated it like a workplace. Fun fact about me is I've had around about over 36 different types of jobs in my whole life. So I've done a lot of different things, and I mean, like, these are like office jobs, maybe outdoor jobs, working in a garden centre, and I learned a lot of things. But one thing that I realised is when I did really well, I had a process and a routine, and I structured. And in the jobs that I excelled the most, I used to have like a daily planner where I used to plan my day out and things like that. So I learned something about myself from reflecting on those things that I didn't enjoy doing, but I learned something about myself, and I realized that I work really well when I plan in advance. So not just the morning forecast, but plan my day out, plan when I'm going to do things, plan when I'm going to take action, plan when I'm going to wake up, when I'm going to go to sleep, and then stick with that with discipline. But then more importantly, just have it all set out. Like, I'll just quickly just show you something. Just pull this up. Give me a second. So you can use whatever you want, but I've got Google Calendar here, right? And with Google Calendar, I can basically plan out my days. And then as I finish, like this is today, I can tick off what I've done. So obviously this one's drink 3 liters of water. I leave it on there because it's just a constant reminder that I need to drink water. Okay, I've done journaling, so I can tick that off. Prepare my workspace. I was in the process of doing that. So you see how it's just reminded me. When I fall off track and I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Boom, I can come on here. Now I have a webinar that I think I'm late to. No. I've got a webinar in 10 minutes. If I'm correct. Let me just double check this and make sure that it's on today. So yeah. Just double check. And we have a big one tomorrow morning. All right, sweet, yeah. So we're good in 8 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go drink some water, make a coffee, prep myself, get ready for that. And then notepad, journal, and be ready to take notes. But yeah, so just basically wanted to show you that having a routine and stuff, that works well for me because I'm a very structured person. Fortunately, let's see, I still don't fully get the consistency rule of a tin. What's a tin? Did we only just retest the point on NJ? Oh, we did. Yeah, well done. Shit, I didn't see that. Thank you very much. That's the trade. That is my trade. Thank you for mentioning that. Where's NJ? Give me a second. Shit, it's flying now, yeah. NZDJPY. Let's have a little look at this trade. We've got the trade up here. That's what we're looking at. I said insurance entry, but the washout on the 1 hour is nice. See, the 1 hour does close actually. The 1 hour does close soon. But the 15-minute, it's good enough for me. I'm happy with that. I like that. I'm taking that. I don't mind it being a loss if it is, because I love that trade. I'll show you how I'm taking it when I've taken it. Boom. What a man, Zeph. You got me. You helped me out there. I almost missed that trade because I provide the vibes, you provide the trades. That's how it is. GU looking good. Aussie 200 consolidating. It's that break even. It's all good. And now we got NJ. Come on. Yes. Look at that NJ right here. I mitigated against that a little bit there. Not too bothered. I like that. I like that a lot. That's the 15-minute. Look at the 1 hour. Boom. Obviously not the best trade in the world, but what's nice about this, it's retested that. So that washout was intentional for the retest. Then you look at it, structurally completed. The 1 hour is 5 minutes to close. So don't get me wrong. You know, even if it ends bearish, I'm not bothered because we're in the trade. It could sell off as well, it's a possibility, but I'm for the long. I like that. I like that trade. Just low risk as well, guys, low risk. I'm not going in with a full, 1% on this. We're good. Insurance entry was the other option for me, the 5-minute insurance entry. But I'm very, very happy with the fact that it washed out like that. That was a great sign for the morning. 5-minute. Yeah. How many stop loss did I put? Shit, I didn't even check the stop loss. 13 pips, okay. I went aggressive on this one, but I would have gone additional protection actually. I would have liked to have probably protected here. Don't need to. It's fine, I'm here now. I've cropped it, I've taken it. The 1 hour is here. Let's see how that plays. Nice trade, guys, nice trade. 1 hour close, I'm gonna crop it. Yeah, let's wait and see, man. Let's wait and see. The 1 hour is closing in 5 minutes, so a lot can probably change, but I'm happy. It's in the right place for me. Let's see. Now it's 0.5%, yep. I've also recently dropped my risk to 0.25% and I've just become too casual with my trading. Took a lot of trades that I shouldn't take. Okay. Yeah, so you're over trading because you're not following your trading plan to the T. You don't trust your trading plan, you don't trust yourself, maybe as well. I can't tell you this for exact, but these are reasons that I'm coming off from self-experience. It's most likely that you are not willing to consistently make good trades, or you don't believe that you can consistently make good trades. Like 0.25 is the test of times. Like imagine you can reach 40% with 0.25%. Are you a consistent trader or not? Absolutely, 110%. Listen, I've got a webinar in 3 minutes, so I'm gonna have to jump off. Let's hope NJ, GU, and A200 moves along. And we'll move forward with that, guys. Listen, it's been a pleasure. It's been a great morning, a great 117 minutes. I'll catch you guys in the next